Christian, I'd love to share on the leadership thought and paradigm of self-leadership. I want to read you a quote from IBM CEO Thomas Watson in the 20th century. He states the following: "Nothing so conclusively proves someone's ability to lead others than their ability to lead themselves." And this, God is constantly trying to awaken us to the understanding and the thought of self-leadership throughout Scripture, in His way that Jesus discipled the disciples, and even in Him modeling self-leadership, times away in prayer with God, digging into time with God, hearing God's voice. There is something of a self-leadership aspect to that, and He wants to awaken us to. In the book of Timothy 3:8-12, Paul writes about the responsibility of deacons. But part of the essence of this is an understanding of self-leadership, and he gives practical applications and examples of how that self-leadership looks in character and management of your time and your space that you are responsible for, your family, your wife, your children. I want to read that to you. In the same way, deacons must be well respected and have integrity. They must not be heavy drinkers or dishonest with money. They must be committed to the mystery of the faith now revealed and must live with a clear conscience. Before they are appointed as deacons, let them be closely examined. If they pass the test, let them serve as deacons. And in the same way, their wives must be respected and must not be slanderers of others. They must exercise self-control and be faithful in everything they do. And deacons must be faithful to his wife, and he must manage his children and household well. Another example of this is in Luke 16 verse 10, where God gives the following. He says that if you are faithful in the little things, you will be faithful in the larger ones. But if you are dishonest in the little things, you won't be honest with the greater responsibilities. And in essence, that is what self-leadership is. Self-leadership sets the platform for the greater leadership capacity, because all great leaders self-lead well. If you don't self-lead well, you don't have the ability, and you actually degrade the platform of leadership in your own life. In this, it is something of a personal challenge, and it shows something of why self-leadership sometimes is something we fail in, and that is in our self-talk. We talk ourselves into or out of self-development. A good example to use in that is the way we put together our exercise routine to keep a physical health in place. You talk yourself, before you reach the afternoon, you talk yourself out of that exercise opportunity. You find the excuse in your program, you find the excuse in just the pressures of life, and when you find yourself a week later, a month later, you missed out not just a single exercise, but a whole month or a few months of exercise. And in that, the person that loses out is you yourself. In the lack of that self-leadership, you lose out, and stuff like self-development, stress diseases, unhealthy lifestyle creep in, and it steals away your leadership capacity. And the people that lose out also are those close to you and those that you lead. So we need to talk ourselves into good self-development and ask good questions. Questions like, for instance, where am I currently? What are the developmental areas of myself? What am I doing to lead myself well? Where am I getting input from? Who are you surrounding? Who am I surrounding myself with? And who are my accountability partners? What you are becoming today is what you'll be tomorrow. And the way you self-lead today will determine your leadership capacity for tomorrow. In the same way, in the application of church and the church environment, the way we find expression in this is that self-led leaders add value. When they lead self well, they add value to the environments they're in and to the people's lives that they connect with and partner with, and in the same way, in partnership with God. So will you be a well self-led leader?